Welcome back, family. We're here to look at the final order cutoff, promising, possible, interesting books that are coming out of the thousands for September 24th, 2023. So we're going to just jump right into this. And this week, I'm going to remember to split the screen. Because if you watched the video last week, you saw that I actually had to go back and it took me hours to get a good picture and edit and put it in the right size and everything else for the video because I forgot to just click that button, which brings up my screen on the recording. I'm like, I should just re-record it. Nah, I'm like, does this do pictures? 2 hours later, I'm like, I should just re-recorded it. All right, so we're going to start right off with Boom Studios, and there's actually only a couple that I think that are interesting. One, if you started reading Coda I think it came out last week. The final order cutoff for issue number 2 is this week. So if you liked it and you want to make sure that you order it or subscribe to it, this is your chance to do it before you're going to have to, hope that your store picked one up for you. There are a couple of different variations of it, but that's that. Rare Flavors does have one second printing of number 1 coming out, and there is no image available. This could be good. This could be trash. A lot of times people don't order it. People that order books just for the image don't buy this. So Rare Flavors seem to be of some interest. I don't know if second printing is going to take off. I don't know how big the printing is, but if you're a second printing fan, you might want to pick this up. Or as you can see, I have this ordered. I actually have 2 copies ordered. This will probably be one of my giveaways. So if you don't want to pick it up and you want to take a chance that you're going to win it on New Comic Book Day here on the channel, good for you. The other thing that it's not for me, but just throwing it out there for you guys on the Boom section, they do have a Something is Killing the Children duplicit-type baseball cap. This is an actual baseball cap that you can order. It's got the House of Slaughter Order of St. George logo on the front. So it's $35.99, which I think is kind of high for a hat. I mean, we have caps on our store. It doesn't cost that high. I mean, on the Etsy shop. But if you want Something is Killing the Children officially licensed baseball cap, so final order cutoff, this is your chance to get one. $35. All right. So we are going to close out Boom and go into the next category, which is a big DC category. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so let's hit the first half of the alphabet, and then I'll pause it again. So first one up on the list, and I've ordered this one. We got Batman Superman World's Finest, cover F, Zulo Trick or Treat. There's a bunch of different copies of this, but Chrissy Zulo, I've always really liked her art. I think I first got exposed to her with The Last Witch, and I really liked her watercolors. So I'm curious to see what they do. This happens with this. It looks like we have the return of Boy Thunder. So this could be an issue that would be interesting. And I usually like to try to get the ones that don't have an image. So this way, even though I'm ordering books for the first time here, and I don't get that surprise when I get to the store, by ordering the image not known, coming soon, when I get to the store and I see the book for the first time, I get that a little bit of that cool. So I still want to feel that. Next one up, there's a bunch of different Catwoman covers, and we've got the Nakayama, you got the Gabriel Dell'Otto, of course, the standards. And honestly, I don't think they're good covers, don't get me wrong, but they're not the ones that really knock it out of the park. However, this Joshua Swaby cover, I like this a lot. And when you've got names like Nakayama and Gabriel Dell'Otto, those are usually the ones that are going to get ordered. This one might be one of those ones that flies under the radar. And matter of fact, I'm ordering one right now because I like this cover. I'm not just saying it. And yeah, I think that this might be one of those sleeper covers. So let's see what happens with that. Moving on to, we have a new run for Jay Garrick the Flash. This is the original Golden Age Flash and his daughter. I don't know one of 6. So we'll have to see how far that goes and if this is interesting or not. I'm personally not a Flash fan, but I know people that are. And especially if you're a Golden Age fan, you want to read a new story, there you go. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, one of six. Now, I don't see cover A or B on Previews World. I don't know why. They start with cover C, and there's a bunch of different covers on this. Look, I'm a Godzilla fan, like you would believe. I'm not interested in this book at all, especially when I see one of the covers is the Lee variant, and it looks like it looks like Pacific Rim here, but the giant robot is a Batman robot going to get Godzilla. So I don't know what the story is going to be. I think that this is going to be, it's another way of ripping us off for $6. So I'm not getting that one. But that wraps up the first half of the alphabet. Let me pause this while I get into the second. Okay, looking at the second half of the alphabet, there's really only two books that I think that are interesting, in my opinion. Superman number 7, which is an oversized anniversary issue celebrating the Man of Steel and its legacy. Now, this is the cover A, which it's nice, it's okay. But I think there's a couple other covers here that are interesting, if I get my mouse to move properly. This is the cover B, Lee, Bermejo variant, and I like that you've got the kid that's influenced by Superman in the background. The Daily Planet really takes it into tiers, to levels. It's nice. This is probably my favorite one because this is like America. In all honesty, this cover is from Frank Show. It's a cool looking cover. I get that, but at the same time, it's True Justice in the American way. No, it should be more like True Justice and for all. So I would rather see a world planet behind him than an American flag, because Superman doesn't just stand for America. He stands for what's right and wrong, period. It doesn't matter what country you're from. So, but again, America. And you've got a Nakayama. This is not a negative space variant. It's borderlining it, but he's outlined Superman with the black, with the black outline. You've got some muscle definition. So it's like a semi negative space variant. Now, honestly, I don't like it. I definitely don't like the look of the face. However, if you know where Nakayama is going to be and you want to get a book signed, this big blue patch right over here, that is a great spot for getting a remark. So, or anybody to draw. That's a great spot. That blue is just a solid color. So keep that in mind. It's not a what do you call it? A sketch variant, but it offers itself up to B1. The only other book I thought was really interesting is if you are reading the new Wonder Woman series, number 2 comes out. So if you want to continue it, make sure to remember to order it here or click subscribe. Not as badly as Coda, but because your stores should have copies of this if you forget to. But again, if you look like you're going to be into this story, this is your chance to go click, order, or subscribe it, so this way you don't have to worry about it going forward. All right, so that wraps up our DC. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And then the next one up is Marvel. All right, let's take a look at Marvel, shall we? Okay, I got a bunch of tabs. I got them all lined up. Here we go. Starting off with the first one is the next issue of the Amazing Spider-Man number 36 coming out. And this is this dark road that he's gone down, the darkest ever. So if you enjoyed the number 35, you want to continue, this is your order/subscribe point. When I'm talking about new series, I'll remind you guys on issue number 2. But I'm not going to go through everyone and say, this is issue number 3 if you want to subscribe. This is issue number 12 if you want to subscribe. No, just new series, new arcs. I'll remind you about the second book. That's all I'm trying to do on that. This is really interesting, and I've ordered this. This is the Spider-Man number 36, but this is a cover that's drawn by John Jr. and John Sr. John Sr., of course, has passed recently. So I'm thinking this is one that they, like, maybe John Sr. drew part of it and his son embellished it, or maybe they drew this one, they had this one in their hand, and then they pulled it out for this. I don't know. But just to have another... you're not going to get them signed, obviously, but just to have one more piece of artwork from the two of them, Yeah, I thought this is really, really cool. You got a John Jr., John Sr. variant of Amazing Spider-Man number 36. Issue number 2 of the Captain America run. There's your reminder. Subscribe or click order if you did like it. Daredevil. This is the second printing. This is the 1 in 25 copy. They do have a regular version as well, obviously. If you want to pick up second printing of number 1, this was not... I'm not hearing really positive things about the series. If you guys read it and liked it, please drop it in the comments down below. I'd love to know. It looks like Hallows Eve, the Big Night, number 1. Now, these are generally one-shots. It doesn't say it's a one-shot. But it's coming out right before Halloween, so it's a one-shot, let's be honest. Which means it's $4.99 now, but it'll be $2.99 or $2.50 in next June. If you want to have an additional Halloween story, it's coming out. You can do that. Unleashed, number 3 of 4. Remember, there's a 4-part series about the pets. Sorry, I know I said I'd only remind you of issue 2, but I didn't remind you on issue 2 on this one. Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood. Now, we had the Black, White, and Blood series. Now we're getting a Marvel Zombie Black, White, and Blood. There's number 1, $5.99 coming out, so it's your chance to order it. The X-Men are... this is Miss Marvel, New Mutant number 3, and this is an homage of X-Men number 139, I believe, where Kitty Pryde is coming to the X-Men. And it's a pretty good homage of it. I don't plan on ordering it. I'm not a Miss Marvel fan, but if you guys like that kind of stuff, then that's fine. Predator versus Wolverine, number 2. If you like the first one, this is a lot cheaper than the first issue, though. Wasn't the first issue like $7.99 or $8.99? It was ridiculous. So now we're back down to $5.99, which is good. It's probably going to be not as thick a book, but no. Predator Wolverine really wasn't an oversized book. I think it was just capitalizing on the names, which is wrong in my opinion. Get back to that screen. There you go. Let's see. Dark Droids D-Squad, number 2, coming out. And there's a bunch of different variants on this as well. This is just the A cover. The Uncanny Spider-Man, number 2. The one with Nightcrawler as Spider-Man. I picked it up because it was another number 1. I wanted to see where it was. I'm not getting number 2. And X-Men number 129 facsimile edition is coming out. This is arguably, this is probably the best first appearance of an X-Men character between the issues of 125 and 135. I know there's a couple other characters that first appearance during that time frame. They're okay. They're not great. They're not Kitty Pryde. Larry's going to kill me. Yeah, because he knows that 130 is first appearance of Dazzler. We're always arguing. He's a Dazzler fan. But if you're a Kitty Pryde fan and you don't have the money to cough up to buy the original, which most people don't, get yourself a copy of X-Men 429 and facsimile edition for $3.99, and you could read about her first appearance. So that wraps up Marvel. Now we get into the big category. Oh, no, that's Dynamite's next. Dynamite is such an interesting company. All right, so 2 points of interest, I guess you'd say. Nothing fantastic. We've got a Gargoyles Halloween special, number 1. I think that's the cover A. Gargoyles, it's a number 1. It's a Halloween special. It's for kids. And from the company that brings you more booby books than anybody else I could think of, comes Mr. Zip's Windy Day. I had to read this very carefully to make sure this wasn't like some kind of an adult book disguised, but no, this is really for young readers. It's an interactive lift the flap element. It's a hardcover book, so if you've got some really, really young readers, ones that are just figuring out the alphabet, and you want to get them a hardcover post office themed book for $11, this is your chance to pre-order it. I mean, it's a story of Mr. Zip and his trusty sidekick B. Franklin delivering mail. Yes, okay. You know, what other channel's going to mention that? Oh, goodness. All right, let's close that one, and now we'll go into comics and graphic novels. This will take a little bit. Okay, let's take this one to the letter N. So, let's start right off. We do have Al Capone Vampire. Why not? Number one, this is coming from American Mythology Productions. The cover looks pretty interesting at the very least, but I think that they're taking too many historic figures and putting them into alternate storylines. And then, you know, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and another one that's going to be coming up, the Harriet Tubman. And guys, really? Enough. Come up a little bit more original storyline, not just, I'm going to take George Washington and I'm going to say he was a vampire hunter, and but instead of staking him, he used his wooden teeth to bite them, and that's how he killed them. Dude. Concrete Jungle, we do have the second printing of number one. This is Bad Omens, Concrete Jungle. From Massive. It says Sumerian, but it says Massive here. Whichever is a distributor, that's the book. I thought it was Sumerian Comics, Sumerian Press, but Hack Slash Back to School, number one, cover A. It's another Image book. Yeah, this one's from Image. I remember when Image had its own category. Now they're just found in the generic other comics category, which kind of disappointing. It's $3.99. I don't know if the story's going to be any good, but at least $3.99 is more of an affordable book if you want to try on your storyline. Speaking of which, here we go with the Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer number 2. If you like the first issue and you want to order or subscribe, there's your chance. Hexagon Bridge, same thing. It's a 5-book story. The first book came out already. I think we just got it this week, and it's in one of these stacks somewhere. Issue number 2 is going to be coming out. There's your chance to pre-order or subscribe. Kill Your Darlings number 2. Yes, absolutely. We just read this for reading the Batman Court of Owls series from 2011, and we're also reading Kill Your Darlings, and I just read issue number 1 this morning. Highly recommended. And to say that, you want to get my full review on it, tune into the podcast or the video for our back issue book club. But yes, I am ordering number 2, and I'm also going to be ordering the the segment variant. There is a 25th anniversary cover, but I think it's for 25th anniversary for Image. And honestly, I'm not crazy about the cover, so I'm just going to stick with the A and the B. There we have another anime-ish book. I don't know if it's actually anime or just anime-ish, inspired, whichever. This is from Kodansha Comics. Nina, the Starry Bride. This is a $12.99 book, as you can see here. Don't, just say, oh yeah, and click on it, and you get to the store, and it is massive bill because you didn't realize that the books were, that's what's been happening to me lately. There's a lot of these books have been getting really up there in price, and I did not realize, oh, those are $9 each. Oh, those are $10 each. And I have to, really ring that back. So anyway, if you are interested in anime books, then this is a good opportunity. And then we are going to take it to the second half. Okay, let's get into the second half. Right off the bat, we have another one from Kodansha Comics. Ogami-san Can't Keep It In. Dude, there's pills for that, man. This could really help. People wonder why this kind of stuff is popular. Wow. Dynamite has a whole company for it. $12.99. If you want it, you go right ahead. As you can see, it's not on my order list. Remember to order when video is over. Kidding. Haha. Okay. Rumpus Room number 2. There are a couple different covers. If you like number 1 and you wanted to either continue the storyline or subscribe for the 5-issue series, this is your chance from AWA Comics. From Vault Comics, we have a new one coming out called Something Crawled Out. Not to be consumed with something keeping it in. Anyway, yeah, a real disturbing looking cover there. I do have that one ordered because I'm curious. Stranger Things. And for all you Stranger Things fans out there, we have a new comic book coming out of a separate story, Stranger Things: The Voyage. There's a few different covers out there. That's the cover A, and that's the cover B. For of course, from it's Netflix Stranger Things. It is from Dark Horse. They're usually paper quality is pretty good. It's only $3.99. Got a Stranger Things fan up there. Christmas is coming up. Might want to pick up some of these books. The Blackout Bombshell is a 3-part series. This is number 2. For those of you who read number 1 and liked it, don't forget to click on order or subscribe. New one from the Oni Press, The Man from Maybe. This one just does not look interesting to me at all, but in the dry and dead future that's coming soon, all life belongs to the Oppenheimer-obsessed billionaire Harvard Denny. Oh, Harvard. His name is Harvard. Who names that kid Harvard? Harvard Denny and his corporate scavengers from Smile Incorporated, who pillage the wastelands in search of atomic contraband. Next, Victor Crowley's Hatchet Halloween Tales. V, sometimes the verses, I think this means 5. Number 1, that's the cover A. I don't know if this is a series or not, because it's coming out right before Halloween. It says Hatchet Halloween. So the fact that it's at number 1, I think is irrelevant. I think it's going to be a one-shot. That's the cover A. And this is the cover C, but it's got that, Tales from the Crypt look to it. And, I don't know if that's, I believe that's supposed to be the Crypt Keeper. It looks like the Crypt Keeper, but I don't know if they're actually stating it is. But American Mythology Productions, cool-looking cover. I have no idea how good the story is. Witcher, Wild Animals, number 2. For those of you who like number 1, guess what? Here's your reminder. Wrong Earth, We Could Be Heroes, number 1 of 2, cover A. There's more than one cover of this. From Ahoy Comics. It's got a koala in a tuxedo running. A giraffe, a gerbil. First hit series returns with the 2-issue anniversary celebration from creators Tom Payer and Jamal Igley, with Dragonfly Man, Dragonfly, and the rest of the masked crime fighters trapped elsewhere in the multiverse. Earth's alpha police, government, and banks are taken over by dastardly villains. Dastardly. There's a word you don't use anymore for a reason. New heroes emerge, but can they prevail? Also featuring a new chapter of the Ahoy 5th anniversary prose serial by Mark Russell. So I don't know this book at all or this series, but if you read the original and you would like to see a new story, all the way at the bottom of the last category, you're going to find the Wrong Earth. So there you go. And that's the only copy that they have there, the only cover. So I don't cover the books, I'm not going to tell you guys, hey, here's 50 books, $100, $125, go ahead, spend it. Magazines, we've got Star Wars Insider number 222 foil variant. Looks like IG-88 on the cover. Cute. Well, you've got a Grogu character, with the no. So if you want to order that, it's $20 for the foil variant. I ordered a foil variant recently of the Star Wars Insider, but it was Ahsoka. I wanted that. I could pass on this all day long. And toys I don't get into. I'm sorry, I don't know much about them. So for me to even start to pick out ones that are interesting, I would be just wasting your time. So how does all of that, let's see if I can switch back to, I'm back. Okay. Guys, hopefully you found this information helpful, informative information. Yes, let's call it literacy. If there's any books in here that you feel that I should not have recommended at all, let me know in the comments. If you agree with my picks or my information, let's throw it in the comments. But more importantly, if there's any books out there that you think that I've missed off this final order cutoff, please throw it in the comments. Give everybody else a chance to get on the same bandwagon with you. I mean, I don't know everything. Lord knows that. I got 20 short boxes showing of the full of books that I did not know what I was talking about. So Guys, thank you so much for joining. Can't wait to see you in the next video. If it's Patreon, it'll be you watch along for the Ahsoka issue episode 5. Or actually, it'll be tonight's. Yeah, we're getting our get-together where you guys get to pick free books. So if you want to get part of that, just join our Patreon for only $3 a month, and you get free books every month. And additional content and additional books picks on New Comic Book Day when I give away books on a weekly basis. You get more than your $3. I guarantee you that. Okay, we're not here to make money. We're here to have fun because as a family, that's what we do. And guys, thank you so much for joining. Patreon, Instagram, Team Ohana Family, Etsy shop, which I don't know how to, I think the link tree will be added to this by Greg later on tonight. And our podcast, which is Team Ohana. You're going to find our back issue book club where we do our reviews of different books every single week. We just have a lot of fun. Do Comic Book Day. You know the drill. Guys, thanks for joining. Catch you in the next video. That's all I do. Mahalo.